Brent Nichols, one of my OG students, took what I taught, ran with it, and is now making $50,000 a month on autopilot with his high-level AI agency. He's been on an absolute tear in the high-level SEO game. In this video, he's going to be sharing some of the secrets. It took him from 0K to 10K, from 10K all the way to 50K a month. So pay close attention because these secrets and these strategies could help you so much on your AI journey and help you become more like Brent, who 50K a month ain't bad. So stay tuned, get your notes out, and let's jump right in. What's up, everyone? I'm here with one of my OG students, Brent Nichols, who has really gone from zero to hero and is now crushing it. Brent, thank you so much to be here. Let's jump into your story, man, because it's a powerful one and you're moving quick.
All right, thanks, Declan. Appreciate you, man. That's my cue to jump in my story.
Yeah. Jump right in.
So I started this journey a few years back, and the consistency is really the thing, in my opinion, that has led to success. Right now, I've got 40 clients doing some reoccurring business. I feel blessed. You're gonna have to ask me some specific questions because I could go on and probably.
Oh, I got a couple. The first big thing I wanted to kind of go over is just from where you started and where you're at now. I know when you first get started, this is the same thing for me. Super lost. You buy into someone's course or program you saw on a YouTube ad or something like that. And you kind of come in with these expectations that you're going to come in, click buttons and get rich. But in reality, it's a process. It's a journey. You have to learn, but it is possible. That's the best part, is that it is possible. So I think the first question kind of in that vein would be like, when you first got in, what would be something you would say to someone that is in similar shoes to where me and you are when they first come in? What is the first thing that they would need to do? Knowing with where you've been, because I know how much you have per month now? Close to...
So this month we're going to eclipse 50K.
Look at that. I mean, my God. So that's kind of the idea though. It's like when you first got in, you probably thought you were going to make 50K a month like that. So it's like, what is the one thing you would first say to someone getting in is like, what is the area of focus they need to focus on and where do they need to start? As opposed to jumping in and just going, okay, let me do this and then just get rich. It's like, there has to be like a specific step. So what would you say from going from 0 all the way to 50K a month that would be?
That's an awesome question, Declan. I'm going to go ahead and say, be curious and offer a ton of value. Right? Obviously, when you're learning a program or learning a service or learning business or learning anything, there's always going to be this feeling of, that you're inferior. I would challenge your mindset and understand that you're not, because you are simply trying to figure out what to do and have confidence that you can do that. I would say that would probably be the biggest thing that kept me going personally, was knowing that this is doable, right? I mean, no one's anything special is like the spoiler alert out there. Everyone just consistently tried a little bit harder and didn't give up. So I would say, don't give up. Just keep on going and understand that it's really, really hard. And if you ask the right questions, you ask for the right help, you find someone that's been there, and, people will want to help you.
I love it. I love it. This is actually one of the big reasons why I wanted to have you on. This is something I really wanted to talk to you about, is prospecting. This is possibly the most important part. And this is actually like the thing that's going to get you to where you want to be. So what would be something you would say for people about prospecting? Because I always come in and when I talk to people when they're new into my community, they're new in the partnership, I'm always going over this. Your first job, first and foremost, is to prospect. Everything else, like yes, delivery, all this stuff is incredibly important, but you can't deliver unless you have clients. And I know a lot of people, I remember the last time we interviewed you in the group, a lot of people, the big takeaway was the prospect. It actually helped a lot of people land clients. Seeing you come and be like, all right, guys, this is what you got to do. You got to focus on prospecting, because that is, in the beginning, the most important thing. So what would you say for people coming in? Like, how should they prospect? What should they focus on first? What's kind of the cadence? What would you say for that?
I would say track what you do is one of the biggest tips that you're not aware of, right? Understand that it is a numbers game, no matter how you want to pretend that it's not.
Yeah.
Right? It absolutely is. The more people you talk to, the more chances you have of landing an appointment, and the more chances you'll have of, ultimately selling client. The other thing I would say about prospecting is you're not trying to sell everyone. You're trying to stimulate interest. Like you just want to take it to the next level. Like if you're having a conversation with someone, don't make it like, oh, I do websites. You need a website. Be like, hey, would this help you if, or just ask very non-invasive questions and build a relationship first. So prospecting is understanding a relationship first and then build business business on top of that. And that's how you start. There's a whole other aspect of when you start getting to scaling and ads and more clients. But if we're starting, the initial piece of prospecting is trust and building relationships.
Mhm.
And you're not going to do that if you just like trying to sell everyone everything, you know?
100%. Actually, another question on this. What would you suggest people start with? Because I know on Go High Level, there's a gazillion service to offer in marketing. I know you're big on SEO now and a lot of stuff like that, but what's something you say be a very beginner friendly service to sell? You know, I'm all about the AI smart websites and chatbots and stuff, but like in your experience, now that you're at 53K a month, you know, what would be the thing on high level or outside that you would recommend beginners to start with? Because I know you started with websites, which is like a perfect thing to start with because you knew how to do it. So it's like, walk us through that because that's another big one right there.
Yeah. So when I first got into this, it was, you know, white labeling Go High Level, right? It was a CRM and it was the SaaS aspect of the business, which can be very, very successful, right? It's not easy to sell, though. It's hard, right? It's hard to understand all the features and the value. Really, you have to sell a value, right? People, you know, want to buy, but they don't want to be sold to, right? But going back to your question, I did start with the CRM aspect of high level. That was the lead into the business, but realizing, you know, there's more to that than, as you said, websites was a natural beginning as well, because that's something that it's easy to articulate a value. People understand the value of a website, right? I would say, you know, they're not the easiest to deliver for several reasons. There's a lot of different aspects of websites. It's a competitive field. What then I gravitated towards was local SEO, right? Because you don't need a lot of the technical experience to understand how to optimize locally, you know, just a bunch of basic tools. And again, articulating the quantitative value of said service is what leads to you being able to provide it as a service. And then that naturally progressed into like the full-blown SEO, developing the websites, getting a team together, getting the strategy, and just really kind of going down that path. So to directly answer your question, I went from CRM to websites to local SEO to SEO, and now we do, you know, ads. Yeah.
The full spectrum there.
Yeah, so it's and you know, I would still classify JDS1 Marketing as an SEO agency. The differentiator is the automations and the CRM that we have to offer and the way we report data and the way we treat our clients is the differentiator, right? Because we're a boutique shop and we can do that. And then that naturally people are wanting more services. So our existing clients are asking us about ads, asking us about websites, referring us other.
It's like unlimited upsells.
Yeah. So that's how it starts.
I love it. So with JDS marketing at this point, where do you see yourself fitting into the AI revolution that's coming up? Because it's gobbling up all kinds of stuff, but it's also presenting opportunities for the top people or people that are willing to get after it. And I've seen a huge increase as far as sales and anything AI related. So I'm curious, actually, as an honest question, not just for the interviews, what would you do for that? Because that's going to be huge. I mean, we got tools to make websites with AI. We have SEO with AI. And I know it's not perfect yet, but where do you see yourself kind of fitting into that equation? Because it's taken over. Like you can't even deny it. It's coming.
Yeah. So we're rolling this out already to our clients. We're starting with the chatbots, right? The AI chatbot is a perfect tool. People understand it. People see value in it. And you can make those things rock stars on people's websites that just deliver all the information and provide value to the user experience, right? That's what SEO is. Bringing people to your site, providing them with a ton of value, they develop trust, then they buy from you. You can do that in the form of an AI chatbot, you know, and accomplish the goal. The next thing of how we're using AI is SEO. There's a lot of cutting edge things that we're learning about how to strip down that site, how to, you know, like Google needs to go on a diet, right? You know,
yeah,
that's like
obese.
these websites are getting heavy. All these add-ons making it hard for OpenAI to read them, stripping down all the nonsense. So, you know, just the OpenAI can find them, you know, whether it's, you know, some different records or schema or whatever it is. There's ways our sites are being found in ChatGPT, in Gemini, all those things. As a matter of fact, I was going to say my last client, but it was like 3 clients ago. But it was just last week or the week before. I'm meeting with a prospect. They found me online. The whole dopamine, form gets submitted. It's like, yay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, going through the sales call and just doing my typical thing here. I was like, how'd you find me? She's like, "Oh, you're gonna laugh." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I really want to know how you found me. This is important to my business." And she's like, "I asked ChatGPT who the best digital marketing agencies that could handle my specific needs were, and you came up as the first one."
Big ups to you, man.
I was like,
That's new. That's
I
like
was,
a new
I was like,
leaderboard
"All
you're
right."
on.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a big win for my team and I when I made that announcement in my Slack channels that, hey, this is our first legit ChatGPT client acquisition just happened.
Man. Okay, I know we're short on time. I just have two more questions because I could talk to you all day about AEO and all that stuff. That's like everyone in my group is just fiending for that shit. They're like, what is AEO? How do we rank on ChatGPT? Two questions left because I know you got to go. First, what would be in like the shortest format possible advice you would give to learn AEO or just ranking in, let's say, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, any of these things? Like in as short form as possible, what would be your advice? But that's like a really, I'm telling you right now, Brent, huge topic right now. Like everybody keeps asking me. I have videos on it, but it's still so new. What would you say, since you are an SEO expert and JDS Marketing is an SEO agency? What is like a short answer to that? I know you can't go super in depth, but what would be a short, like, this is helps?
You can start with search engine land, right? That's a really great source for, all the most current things. And that once you kind of get involved in that newsletter and that subscription, then you can dive deeper into those things, right? But that's a good general overview of what's happening nowadays in the world of search. I try to keep our blogs very up to date, the AI overviews and, how to rank in AIs. And I try to keep it very actionable, understanding that people are interested in receiving data so they can act upon it. So a lot of my blogs are set up for that. But there is a ton of information out there, and hey, Google didn't come with a rule book, right?
Yeah.
There's no real thing. People are trying to figure this out. The internet is technically still new when you just think of the whole technology age and where we've come like centuries ago from hunters and gatherers, right? And we're just living in it and we're all trying to figure it out to some extent. Now, I think having a humble attitude that there's so much out there, people are there generally to help you. Asking the right questions, I would say, is probably more important. Knowing that you don't know and knowing that you can find out and just learn, like understanding who to trust and who to go to.
Perfect. Yeah. If you ever make a video on that, let me know, man, because I will share that with everybody because that's a hot topic right now.
Getting the right information is super key. It's interesting because even in grade school, like they don't teach you how to balance checkbooks.
None of that shit.
And
All the important stuff.
and even in marketing school and classes, like you learn mostly theory and then how to do the things is all, on the streets.
That's true. I mean, that's the classic, what is it? Declarative knowledge versus imperative knowledge or whatever. It's like one's experience, one's like reading a book. No, I hear that. So last question, because I know you're out of time. This is really, really important one. You're at about 44 clients right now. I think it's around 50K a month. Is that correct? You're in that ballpark. You're probably going to be crossing 50 soon, right?
Yeah, it's getting up there. I'm super blessed.
What would you say to someone that's coming in, just like one line of advice to become like you or be up in that rarefied air when you cross that 20K, 30K a month mark? Because it's big. Getting to 10K is one thing, but once you break, in my opinion, 25K a month, I feel like that's when a lot of stuff starts to open and then it happens faster. So what's like one thing you would say for to be like Brent or be like me or in that kind of air? Because that's the goal. You know what I mean? Like that's the echelon and getting to 100K and beyond. It's a big thing, man.
So I'm going to answer this question with my own personal mission statement. Hype without the E. So what hype without the E is? It's hype without ego. Be happy, yourself and your potential. So if you're happy, it can be, you can peel that back to present. Be present, be grateful. That's what being happy is. Understand the moment, right? Being yourself is understanding that you need to be congruent with who you are, your thoughts, what you like to do. Be congruent, be yourself. And your potential, well, that's execution. And that's knowing your limits. That's knowing when you need to strive. That's knowing when you need to get that 4% more. So be happy, be yourself, and be your potential. And there's going to be no stop to that. That's why I call it hype without the E, because once ego comes into play, all bets are off, right? Because, humans are fallible and our egos are going to just drag us the hell down if we let them, right? So if we can keep that in check, understand, be present and grateful, be yourself, congruent with what you believe, and, the rest is just going to work itself out. The other piece of advice I would give is love your client, like seriously love them. right? If you actually don't genuinely care about what you're doing and who you're doing it for, you're going to be read like an open book and you're not going to get clients. You're not going to build the trust. Like truly love your client and truly just perform. Like if you do that, then you're always going to stay on top of things. You're honestly like you have their best interest in mind, and then everything's going to build upon that. So I hope that was okay advice. It's
Those were
good.
great. The first one was really interesting. I was not expecting that first answer, but they're both great. They're both freaking great. Well, Brent, thank you so much, man. You're a G. You continue to be a G, and I look forward to seeing you hit 100K. And we'll have to have you on then. And yeah, and put some videos out, man, so we can get these EO secrets from you, because you are an SEO guy. He actually is like an SEO expert.
Yeah, no, just check me out on YouTube, trying to be as helpful as I can there, and all the socials, right? It's just that's our voice nowadays, you know. So I appreciate you, Declan, and everything you do. I picked up my very first client based on some direction that I received from Declan, which was almost 3 years ago now.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. The time is going quick.
So fast.
I still have that client.
No way, really?
Yes.
Still paying you.
I still have the very first client that you helped me get, still have that first client.
That's actually really special. That's like a very good memory there.
I know. I remember my first payment come through and I was like in the parking lot of my grocery store. I'm like, wow, we just got paid. It was like $47.
Yeah.
I like white labeled the social media planner of GoHighLevel for $47. It was the very first thing I ever sold.
But what's crazy is like big things have small beginnings. That's always how it starts. I remember the same thing. It happens and the switch flips. And you're like, we just got to put more zeros behind this.
Yep.
Legendary, man.
So, I appreciate it. It's all about just building trust and maintaining it.
No, 100%. Well, Brent, seriously, thank you so much for your time, man. I always appreciate it. And again, man, thank you for everything you do.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
So if you liked Brent's story, there is more from where this came from, okay? Brent is one of my OG students. He went through my courses. He went through my communities. All that stuff, okay, is down below in that 30-day free trial link. I have over $10,000 worth of bonuses, okay, when you sign up with that link. And again, guys, it's free if you're using HighLevel, okay? I'm not trying to sell you on some coaching program or some scammy course. It is free when you sign up with HighLevel. So the link's down below. And when you sign up, you get access to me. You get access to a community. You get access to snapshots, tons of them in different niches, all kinds of amazing stuff. You get access to live coaching calls, 3 every single week. There will be more added, trainings done for you, prospecting lists, and so much more. It is one of the best groups I've ever seen. If you go down below and click that link, you will see the wins. You will see the testimonials on that page. That is a testament to what I do. I truly want you to win. That's why I'm giving you all of this for free, because I've been where you've been. Okay, struggling, buying the scammy courses, going through all this shit. I know what it's like to feel, like you have no idea and you're paralyzed by indecision and everything you've tried doesn't work. That's why I'm extending you something that is real. It does take hard work, okay? Brent started out just like you, and now he's at 50K a month. Again, I'm not saying you're just gonna hop into 50K a month like that, but if you work hard and really dedicate yourself, amazing things can happen. So again, go right down below, click that 30-day free trial. Check it out. You'll get access to my group. If you're still hesitant and you want to get more details on this, I will have a video that will pop up at the end of this video. That's going to be my free partnership. It shows you everything you get when you sign up with HighLevel. That way I can help you really make money with the software and actually learn it. Again, if you have any hesitations or you want to see more, that video is going to pop up at the end of the screen. So go down below, click that link, or watch the video at the end of the screen, or drop a comment if you have any questions at all. So again, guys, thank you for watching, and watch the video that pops up at the end of this video.